Hey, everybody, welcome to this episode of the Disc Golf Answerman.
Hey guys, I have a question about standstill throws. I'm an intermediate player who's looking for a bit more consistency on my backhand, and my biggest problem is putting the discs nose up off the tee. I've seen online, heard from some people that throwing standstill can help work out some kinks in your form, help you with your accuracy. Do you recommend working on form from a standstill before kind of adding the X step? Do you think I should get some practice in that way and then go back to the footwork after that? Thanks, and keep it real.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely work from a standstill. In fact, it might be beneficial for a lot of people to start with a standstill because then they're not thinking too much about what to do with their feet. You know, you're not going to get the most power or anything from that, but you can teach your body to do what it needs to do from a standstill.
Could you teach it how to Dougie?
I mean, only if you listen to the song
okay.
before. The other thing that you can do is if you're having trouble getting the disc nose up and it looks like your pull through is level, you might try to finish or follow through just a little bit higher. That tends to get the nose down for you, as long as you're not, as long as it doesn't look like you're throwing a big hyzer when you throw it. Finishing just a little bit higher in your follow through often helps to get the nose down a little bit.
So something I experienced now, so he's talking about learning how to do a standstill before he does an X step?
Yeah.
So something not to...
Or he already knows an X step, but gets disc nose up, so he wants to practice getting him more level.
Something to be aware of, Greg, is some of my experience, and I've heard other people talk about it, is that when you are... Like if you, let's say you're going to the standstill now and you get the nose up correct, right? And then all of a sudden you say, okay, now it's time to go to the X step. Your throw may be messed up a little bit, and that's okay. Now you've got to learn how to incorporate everything in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like even my putting, like there were certain changes I was making to my putting. I was like missing big, but it's like I know once I figure that out, because I know the change I was making will make an improvement, but just because it's messing me up at first doesn't mean it's going to be a bad thing.